Everyone got their food? Cool, cool. All right. Appreciate you. All right. Well, alrighty, I'll go ahead and start our monthly meeting. Welcome all. This is our June monthly meeting for St. City Miatas. I am Austin Wilkerson. I'm the one running the show for tonight. Tonight's schedule, we'll be going over some of our old business, some of the things that happened in the last month. I'll be going over some of the new business. I'll also be going through the 3-month plan, what we have upcoming for the next 3 months. We'll be going over the official schedule, the budget, and I will be doing some reminders as well as our closing. To begin, I have some of our old business. So last month, we ended up having a beautiful drive, even though partially of it was raining. Beautiful drive down the Lane Motor Museum. Anyone who was able to join us for that one was able to enjoy a super fun, twisty road. Lane Motor Museum is always a super fun one to go to. This one, even more particularly, we were able to go down to the vault. They normally have a rotation of cars that go in and out of the vault, so this time we were able to had on display. Here we ended up getting a super awesome photo of us out on the boat dock as well. I quite fancy that photo quite a bit. Next, here's a photo of last weekend. We ended up having an incredible turnout, 20 meals at Cars and Coffee. Granted, not all these cars have been to our club before, but a large chunk of these were. I think I have another image of our cars from that angle. We ended up being able to have a really cool photo shoot with all of our cars.
I've got pictures of the behind the scenes.
I was going to say, I think I have one up here too. That one right there. One of our members, we had Nick jumping up on a view. That was a good turnout. That was generally a really good show. We ended up having another event in there that I will be talking about here shortly, but on to some of our new business. So as you may have known, for the past couple of months, we've been changing our location for our ice cream social. This has been because previously, Nana's had been closing at 7. Previous years, they actually changed it during the summer, but now they changed it back to closing at 7, which did not work for us. But luckily for us, they are opening back up again until 8. So starting this upcoming, not this upcoming Thursday, the following Thursday after that, the 27th, we will be going back to our location at Nana's for our social. This will continue throughout the rest of the year, all the way until October, unless they decide to change their hours back randomly again. No promises there. But that will be on the 27th at 7 o'clock. As you all know, I will be taking a leave of absence for the next upcoming 3 months. That will be July, August, and September. I will be coming back the first week of October. So for the 3 months, this will be the plan that I'm looking forward to sticking with. We will continue to have our monthly meetings at this location, always on the second Tuesday of the month. It may not be as structured, but they will still be here. It will be more or less this kind of a turnout. We will still have our emails sent out. I will not be doing our live stream since there won't be having no sort of meeting. So keep that in mind. I will be keeping up with the same schedule as the day after our monthly meetings, keeping up with those emails to be sent out. Those 3 dates for the monthly meetings will be July 9th, August 13th, and September 10th. We will also be keeping up with our monthly ice cream socials. As I said before, this will be at Nana's in Hickson. For those 3 months, those dates will be July 20th, August 22nd, September 26th. All of these events will continue to be published as I do normally, so keep in mind with that. With our club events, I do have one event scheduled for every single month while I'm gone. I will be having dedicated drive leaders for the events, so they will be structured events as if I would be leading them normally. I will be trying to keep one other social event that is not our ice cream social or our driving event, so keep that in mind. More likely that will end up being a car show, but I will be keeping up with that once for every month while I will be gone. On to some of those events that I had been mentioning. So for July, this upcoming 9th, if I'm correct, Saturday, July 9th, we will be taking our yearly Jack Daniel's Whiskey Run. If you've not been with us, Jack Daniel's, where they go through their entire distillery. It is totally up to you if you want to do a tasting or a non-tasting. There is a price difference depending on which ticket you decide to choose. We will be the group will be leaving from Aldi's in Stone Mountain. That is municipalities of Signal Mountain if you've met there before. Go ahead. Oh no, what did I do? What's the? Is it really? Really? Oh, gotcha. Fun. Well, I'm gonna have to do that. What's the first? You said it'd be a 6th then? We'll do that. 6th. Because I don't think there's any holidays or anything. Oh God, you're right. No, it's the 13th. Let's do that. Unless there's any other holidays that are happening around that I don't know of. Dang, how did I screw that up, man? Oh well. You mean you're not perfect? You're right. How dare I? You're right. The ticket prices are up again this year, so keep that in mind. If you want to do the dry tour, it has been changed to $25. Previously, it was like $15. If you want to do the tasting tour, which I do absolutely recommend, they do have, I believe, 3 different levels for that. If you want the stuff on the shelf, the stuff that's a little bit higher on the shelf, or the stuff that's not even on the shelf. If you do go, I do recommend the highest one, just because that is probably the only chance you're ever going to be able to have a lot of that stuff. But that's $30 depending on that ticket. We will be stopping at our normal Whiskey Trail barbecue. If you've been with us before, it's the place we always stop at. It is right before the tour, so you will be able to have something in your belly before you start the hour-and-a-half tour. Tour is rain or shine, so keep that in mind. I do recommend bringing an umbrella just in case, but that will be July 13th at 9 a.m. On to our next event for August. That is the month of Miatas of the Gap. I'm sure all of you know about that, but that is the largest Miata event in North America. We are lucky to be having it right here in our backyard, so we will be taking the trip on the Tuesday, or on the Saturday, excuse me. This is a 3-day event that starts on a Thursday and goes all the way to Saturday. The events have not been published, but more than likely it's going to be the exact same as it was previously. They always have the group photo, which is where they have as many Miatas as they can stick on one single field. They usually have that at Saturday at 11. That being said, we do have a drive lever who's wanting to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning. That way they can be in the picture. We do have a lot of members that will be already down there, so keep that in mind if you want to bring your radios. We will be running channel 5 when we're there. I do have a little bit more information on the next photo. Mitchell. This is the group photo from last year. As you can see, I believe they had a ballpark of 200 Miatas just in that photo alone. There is, I believe, in the ballpark of 2,800 Miatas that come over the entire week. So this is a significant amount of Miatas that go to this. If you have not been to this, this is one of those things you kind of have to go to. Would absolutely recommend. Here's the official poster that I have for it. We will be meeting at I technically don't have time up there because we're a little bit far out and I don't actually have the exact time that the photo is going to go, so I don't want to publish an exact time, but it's more likely going to be 7 o'clock as it was previously. Meeting Cracker Barrel in Ottawa. If you've been on this event, it's the same location we've met at in the past. We will not be having any scheduled meets for food, so keep that in mind. Once you get to Fontana, there is Fontana Village where they do have food. Go ahead. Oh no, am I wrong on the dates on that one too? Yeah, in Japan time, right? Did I screw up the dates on this one too then? Yeah, I put the wrong date on that one too. Man. Well, it's that Saturday, which would be the 3rd in that case. Man. Self-service, if you have is borderline non-existent in that area, so please do download any sort of maps, any sort of information that you want to have for that beforehand. I do recommend going to Lynn's Place in Robbinsville. It's another 45 minutes down the road, but that is one of the better places you can stop for eating. We've eaten there in the past, and it's always been a club favorite. So yes, that will be our Miata at the Gap Run. For September, I don't even know if this is the right date, but this is the date I'm going to go with. Now the Apple Run. We had Apple Orchard previously. DJ Reese's. We do apple picking for the entire month of September. And at the very last weekend of September, I believe, even maybe this year, it might be in October. Again, they didn't have the events published just yet. They have a large scale event. Last year we went for a large event, we realized that everyone had pretty much picked all of the trees clean. So we are going to go a couple weeks earlier this year. That way we can have some of the better pickings of the apples. If you've not been to BJ Reese's, it is a beautiful orchard they have out there. As you can see in this photo, it's an entire acre of just apples. And you can see up here the apples that will be available this year. Last year, they had pick as much as you can fit into a bag, which I believe was $15, give or take, depending on the bag size. Some of the best apples you'll ever have, especially the ones that you pick, are always going to be the best. I'm not even on the right one. Why am I not on the right one? Go back, please. Thank you. Across the street from BJ Reese's, they do have their own cider, so you can have some of their own fresh brewed cider. It's always a great place to relax on a Saturday, so that one's a super fun one, and if you've not been on, would absolutely recommend going on. On top of that, you do get Fort Mountain to drive over, so that's a super fun twisty road all along the way. So that will be Saturday, September 21st, 10:30 at the Ringgold Food City. Those will be the three main events that I have once per month while I'm gone. This does not include any sort of other events that other Miatas may want to host or go on. Friday nights is always the Wilderness Outdoor Theater in Trenton, Georgia. They always have movies, but they do not publish them until the Monday of that week. It's been quite annoying, but if there's a movie that's playing that I see the interest of the club might be in, I do try and post it in the Facebook. I haven't posted anything at all for the past 3 years now, so we'll see how that's going to go. This is Trenton, Georgia. It's a full 2-screen, 2 movies at a time, outdoor drive-in movie theater. It's actually great. Yes. 2 screens, 2 movies. Yep. Yep. That's a better way to put it. So if you want to watch both movies, don't prepare to get out of there much before 1 o'clock in the morning. But it is absolutely glad you've not been. Would absolutely recommend. Because their first movie doesn't even start till 9. Ugh. That being said, I will go ahead and showcase our official schedule. Pretty much everything that I just talked about, but in text form. I know. So this is a pretty horrible depiction. I would recommend going by either the Facebook or the email. So we do have the ice cream social, 27th, July monthly meeting, the 9th. That is early in the month, which is annoying, but it's always the second Tuesday of the month. Whiskey Run, gonna be, oh, why is that date wrong too? That's not even, well, that was not even the date I had before. Man, I have no idea what's going on. So that will be probably the 13th if that's not the correct day. I don't have a schedule in front of me. I will go through and actually publish these on Facebook and on the email. But we do have the Whiskey Run in July. Ice Cream Social for that month, Miatas of the Gap, will be on the first Saturday of the month, August 3rd, which I have the correct date up there, which is funny. You are correct. Chips and Coffee, that will be the next one, which will be away in August, which is surprising them having one in July. As of right now, there's no other Cars and Coffee in the area, so it's every other month, which is even